Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Good.
Nice, Evie. Come on, come on.
There we go.
That was a good noise.
It felt okay, but I didn't know what I was going to do from there. I'm Amy Sutley, and I'm a rock climber. The main form that I'm on the national team for is lead climbing. So that's climbing with ropes. So that's not bouldering, which we're going to be doing today. Bouldering is climbing without ropes, and it allows you to focus on the hardest moves, and you don't have to be focusing on your gear and your belayer and all that kind of stuff. I think everyone deals with failure in different ways.
You okay? Are you good? Did you hit your back?
Do you want to try again? Are you okay? Personally, my reaction doesn't last very long. I usually get frustrated for a couple minutes and then I think, okay, well, that was just one climb.
I'm sorry. It's just so hard.
I think the best way to deal with it is just to move on, because if you dwell on your mistakes, it's easy to let that frustration carry on into your next climb.
Every single time I experience something which I consider a failure, I didn't ride as fast as I should have today, or I didn't do the right workout, or in a competition, I didn't pace myself properly. My self-talk tells me something about myself, which if I don't pay attention to it, I will not be able to learn from.
What do you normally do? You go to...
Well, we were trying to go to that side pocket there, or not like side
Oh,
wall,
yeah.
but I can't. So we'll see, maybe I can match or something.
Yeah, see if you can match that, just like, oh, what about the side pull, like, right there? There you go, nice.
Thank you.
My name is Stephen Robinson. I'm a triathlete. I love the sport of triathlon. Well, I worked for the city of Calgary for 28 years. I was a building inspector for most of that. Started out as a carpenter, but I've been retired for the last 2 years. I'm a deacon in the Roman Catholic Church, so I do a lot of work in the church. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Riding, being out in this place. Fall colors are starting to look awesome. A triathlete is trying to battle all the time focus. Focus comes into play at every aspect of a triathlon. Always thinking ahead. What am I going to have to do when I'm in transition? How am I going to most smoothly change from one sport to the other? In cycling races, accidents happen not on the tricky parts, not on the corners, although they can. They happen when people are in long stretches where there's a pack and there is nothing happening, and you have to remain focused even though there's nothing going on. What I notice about people who are training, they're exercising their body and not realizing that more important than exercising their body at that point is exercising the mind to focus on what they're doing. In training, there should never be a moment where a person is not mentally focusing. Physically, there may be periods where you relax, you ease up to give your body a break so that it's ready for the next effort. Mentally, though, that there should never be a moment where one is not focusing, because this is the key thing that we train in our bodies, in ourselves as athletes.
So one of the hardest things to manage with climbing is your mental aspect. So keeping yourself calm and not psyching yourself out on every climb is a really difficult thing to do. You need to be totally confident and commit to every single move, especially in competition climbing, because if you hesitate, you're done, you're gonna fall.
The key to focusing is allowing ourselves to experience more fully the present environment that we are in. Our body, the equipment that we're using, and the environment that is around us.
A little too much.
Hi, I'm Paul Swatcha, and we're going to be talking about karate today.
I'm Chris Hsiung.
I will also
Just say your name, okay?
Sorry. All right, let's go again. Hi, I'm Paul Swatcha.
And I'm Chris Hsiung. So I practice Rinpoche. It's a Japanese style karate. It descends from Shotokan karate, which is quite popular.
For me, the journey started in karate when I was 11, so it's been about 21 years now. And I've always liked it. I've always found it challenging, found it rewarding, found it difficult. I've found it to help me in everyday life, and I feel it's very fulfilling. The biggest mistake, I think, is you try and correct someone, and I think faster, harder, more is better.
In the past, as a younger athlete, I would have said, well, this is something, no pain, no gain. You just got to work through that. Now I understand that my body is a living mechanism and it needs me to pay attention to it. So some days I might need to just change what I had written down, what I was going to do.
You can practice all you want, but practice never makes perfect. Practice only makes permanent. So if you're practicing something incorrectly, you're only going to get better at doing it continuously incorrectly, if that makes sense.
You're not as good as they say, but you're better than you think. So I think a lot of people can't objectively see what they're doing sometimes.
Your mind will make you think that that was so much better than it actually was. In many ways, that can be good, but also it kind of distorts your perception as to how effective you truly are. So if I'm sparring with people who are higher than me, like much higher, I'm gonna have a difficult time. It's gonna be challenging, and I'm probably gonna be losing more times than winning. But on the other hand, I will be making progress. It won't be noticeable progress. It won't feel like progress because I'll be losing, I'll be get dominated, I will get hit here and there, but overall, the process of improvement will be occurring. I just may not feel it.
Losing is a vehicle for education in martial arts because you lost because somebody is able to see one of those errors or problems that you may or may not know you're doing, right? So it actually gives you an avenue for critique and improvement.
Winning is awesome too. Like, I love winning. Everybody likes winning. Winning is one of the best things. You know, it validates what you've been doing. It kind of puts in perspective all the things you did well, all the things you did right. But you have to keep it in balance. You don't want the winning attitude to take over you and you know, get out of control. You know, winning is important, but it's not everything.
I think one of the biggest things I've done to keep improving my climbing is by climbing in many different areas. Because it's really easy to develop if you've climbed in many different situations, different angles, different holds, different rock texture. That way when you encounter an unknown situation, you've kind of already been in that situation and you know what to do.
Look, listen, realize, evaluate, and then reevaluate. And that's at every level. If you want to improve something, whether it's writing a poem or singing a song or whatever it is you do, it's always a process of continuous improvement. And once you think you have it, you actually don't. You have to realize that it's never going to be perfect, but it can always be better.